In this video, I'm going to discuss two very important aspects of the internet. First, managing social networking, and second, the importance of your email address. And let's start with social networking. As you know, the internet's made the world a really, really small place. Go to Google, Yahoo, Bing, type in your full name and see what comes up. When I did a search for myself, I saw links to posts that I made all the way back in the early 90s. There are links to my MySpace page, and I haven't used that in 5 or 6 years. There's links to Facebook, LinkedIn, businesses that I own or owned, businesses that I've managed or worked for, and really, it's pretty frightening. Your online life and internet history is right there for people to see. Interviewers and prospective employers can and will see a lot of your history in a matter of minutes. They can learn how you talk, you act, you think, who you associate with, and whether the information on your resume matches your internet history. When I did a search for myself, I saw a reference to my being a director of sales for a company that I left in 2000, and it still shows up. On subsequent pages, there are press releases that I post when I was a sales manager for Kinko's Corporate in 1993. The internet has a long memory, and it's critical that you spend time positioning or repositioning yourself and make sure that your resume dates match up with what shows on the internet. Then, take a look at all your social networking sites and make sure that your posts are positive or at least neutral. Religious and political fanaticism on either side of the spectrum can keep you from getting hired. Constant misspellings or poor grammar in your posts will lead the reader to think you're sloppy. Photos or posts about drinking or drugs or photos that can be taken wrong or too revealing will definitely keep you from getting hired. See, hiring managers have to make the best decisions for their company, and if your internet reputation makes you look like you're a bad risk, they're just going to make that decision to not hire you without asking for your input. Is it fair? Yes, it is fair. Ask yourself what you would do if you were responsible for a business and the productivity of a company and a group of employees. You would surround yourself with the absolute best people that you could trust. As you are looking to promote yourself during your job search, you're bringing your best to the position. You don't want forgotten or foolish things to be the reason that you're passed over. It is critically important that you focus on reputation management and delete anything in your social networking sites that may be misconstrued and is not in alignment with your resume and your goals. Now, don't assume that privacy settings will keep your information private, but do assume that everybody has access to your online history. Remember, make your internet history and your resume match. So let's move into your email address, because that says a lot about you. Your email address is one of the first things that employers see on your resume, and they're going to be quick to form an opinion. Comcast, MSN, and AOL email addresses, they tend to tell people that you're not very computer savvy. Except for having your own domain name, Outlook and Google email addresses are the best, and under no circumstance should you be sending out email on your existing or previous boss's email domain or a family or friend's email address. Your email address should be neutral as possible, and the preferred email address would be your first, last name. Other variations are first initial and last name, first initial, middle initial, and last name. But sometimes this is very difficult in the case of common first and last names. But with some experimenting, you're going to find a good email address. Under no circumstance should you ever have an email address that includes references to music or movies or TV, sex, drugs, politics, or religion. Silly email addresses indicate a level of inappropriateness, and they're going to keep you from being considered. Bootylicious@email.com, Weedman420@email.com, Spoiled Princess, Redneck2020, Treehugger for Life. Those email addresses don't get calls. Getting a Google or Outlook email address will take you about 5 minutes or less, and it's well worth the time spent if you don't already have one.